Hi guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about the different types of arched shutters. First type is a sunburst arch shutter. Okay, that's where it looks basically like a sunburst. Versus the second type would be a full louvered arched shutter. That is the type where the louvers go all the way up into the arch versus having a sunburst. Now what's the difference? Well, first thing is with a louvered door arch shutter, you can operate all of the louvers simply by tilting the tilt rod, and that'll operate all of the louvers. Now, either type of shutter, whether it's sunburst or louvered, it comes in two shapes. Either a half circle, which is like the gray one on the left, or an eyebrow, which is like the one on the right. And that's simply determined by the leg height or the side height of your shutter. And we have videos on measuring for that. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences between the two. Okay, so the first thing on the sunburst arch shutter, you get to pick if you want the frame all the way around or if you want a 1-inch mullion. So what that means, if the frame goes all the way around, like on these two over here, you will have the frame on both sides of the arch as well as across the bottom of the arch, which is most common, of course. So you'd usually have a frame in the bottom. So you might say, okay, well, why would I not want the frame in the bottom? Why would I want the 1-inch mullion right here? And the reason is, as you can see with the 1-inch mullion, if you have something that the arch is going to sit on top of, such as a shutter below or a windowsill, then what we do is we replace the frame with a 1-inch mullion right here that it sits right flush on top. Now this is available only with the decorative frames like this one right here, the 2-inch decorative frame or the 3-inch. The L frame is flat already, so this option is not available. But if you did have a shutter below or a windowsill you needed it to sit flush on, you would order it with a 1-inch mullion, okay, just like this right here, and it's going to go past the frame a little bit on each side. And that'll give you a nice flat mounting surface, okay? Now with the arch shutters, the sunburst arch shutters, all the louvers are individually operated, okay? So you'll tilt them separately. So that's usually something that you do say once a year or so, or twice a year when the sun's turning on different times, or if you just want sun all the time or not. And of course, you do have hinges on the bottom, so the arch will fold down, okay? Versus on a louvered door arch, you would have hinges on the side of the panels, which would open and close, okay? Now measuring, we've already had videos up for measuring on full louvered door arches. I'm gonna show you how to measure for a sunburst arch, okay? So the first thing is you have to determine, do you have a half circle looking window like that, which is also like our gray shutter here, or do you have an eyebrow arch, okay? Now if you have an eyebrow arch, there's going to be one extra measurement that it's going to require, and that's going to require you to tell us how tall the side of the window is, okay? And to reference that more, if you see our video on measuring for full louvered arched shutters, it'll explain that, but basically it's a leg height. So this one here is a half circle, and that is an eyebrow arch. Now, when you get into a sunburst arch, you can have either a half circle like this one is here, or you could have an eyebrow, which is going to have a little bit of a leg. So if you have a side on your arch where it goes up before it curves, then you would pick that shape. Then you want to determine, okay, do I want my frame around on all sides? Meaning, is it a standalone arch? Or do I want the 1-inch mullion built on? So once you pick that, it'll determine whether you have the frame on just the sides or including the bottom. Then you just put in your sizes and that's it. Thanks.